If I want to stop doing Fiverr work and get a real client outside of Fiverr, what should I do?
The thing that you have to do, and this is a marketing thing, you have to do some marketing. And the marketing piece of it is you have to differentiate yourself from all of the other people in a way that's meaningful to the people who you want to work with. If it's meaningful to you and your peers, it doesn't matter. If your desired target market does not see a meaningful difference between you and anybody else on Fiverr, there's one thing that they do understand, and that's how much you cost. If the untrained eye cannot tell the difference between Jane and Joe, they're going to go with the cheaper one.
Right.
They might not go with the very cheapest one in the entire list because that sends a signal that it's low value or they're bad or new or not that great.
Mm-hmm.
But they're probably going to go somewhere around the middle, and they're going to pick someone based almost completely on price. So if you look the same to the clients that you want to work with, you're doomed to race to zero. There's no way around it. You have to race to the top. And the way that you do that is you come up with something about you that is different in a meaningful way to the people you want to work with. And it's tough to, I mean, I can't give you a silver bullet here, but I can tell you that because it's different for everybody, but it needs to be really specific. I talked to someone yesterday who he's like, "Oh, I'm a designer." I was like, "Okay, what kind of design?" That's giant, right?
Right.
And I assumed web design, but he was like, "Yeah, well, I do web design, but I used to do interior design. So sometimes I do theater sets also." Like they'll just do any, and it just screams desperation. You need to be very specific. I can't tell people, an anonymous audience what to pick to be specific, but you need to pick something really specific and talk about your business in that way. Even if once you take on a client, you do other things too, that's fine because you've established your relationship and you're having communications and it's one-on-one, you've got trust. But in your marketing, that tip of the spear needs to be pointy, that is sharp, focused. Analogy I like better is a campfire. So if you put a bunch of kindling on the ground, I don't care how hot a day it is. Usually the ground will not automatically catch on fire. But if you take a magnifying glass and focus the energy on a particular point, you can light a piece of wood on fire.
Right.
That focus is what you need to do to start the fire. So starting the fire is the beginning. Once you have a nice campfire going, you can probably put the magnifying glass down. But for people who are beginning, focus is the way you take your limited resources and you create this fledgling business.
So what you're saying is pick a niche, specialize, and make sure that you're tackling very specific things for your niche that's going to be valuable to that audience. So if I was a graphic designer and I'm focusing on brand identity, I might start making marketing pieces on maybe 10 tips to improve your logo today. Or brand is not just the logo, but it's more about the personality, how it acts and speaks in different situations. So I just want to give a few tactical examples so people can map it to their own situation. And these would be pieces of content like we're doing, right? This is video, blogging, putting on your LinkedIn. These are posts that you just put out there so that the community around you can start seeing what you're about and can gather around this campfire that you're starting to set.
Yes, share. So, I mean, that's like a very easy marketing tactic. Before you put all that energy in to create these pieces, which hopefully will be valuable for a long time, evergreen, things that will work, that will continue to benefit you in a year, 2 years, 3 years. You don't want to start creating tons of stuff until you know that you're onto something. We focus on branding just for co-working spaces, or we focus on branding just for people who are environmentalists. Something so that when someone lands on their page, their eyes are like, I can't believe this exists. This is exactly what I need. If you're going to pick a target market, you might as well pick the one with the most money that you feel like you can confidently interact with. So it's not as easy as just saying, let's say I'm a designer in Pakistan and I want to work with Fortune 50 CEOs. Well, good luck. If you have the confidence to do that and you actually have the skills to back it up, you might be able to do that. But that's very hard. So what I would say is target a market that you feel you could operate as a peer and a partner with people at the highest levels of the company that you're selling to, and pick the ones that are swimming in the most money, because more money someone has, the less they value any certain amount. So like $10 to me when I was 18 was worth a lot more to me than it is now. And, when people have more money, they value it less. And what do they value? They value their time. So you want to find people who have more money than time, who are not so high up that you feel intimidated by them, but are high enough up that they would really like to solve problems by writing checks. And you just be the person who solves the problems Tell me what the problems are and I will solve them. Not tell me what to do, but tell me what the problems are and I will fix them, or I'll tell you how to fix them. And they'll write you checks all day long because you're solving problems for them that save them time.
I like that. I just wanted to add on top of that, just to get super tactical, for people who are looking for these types of clients with high dollar amounts and are looking for your services right now, just go on the internet and search for any company in your vertical that just got funded. So if you're doing vegan products, look for somebody who just got funded in that space, and then start making content for them. If you're in the tech space, look at the people who just got incubated or coming out and just have gotten their investment. Look for people who have this point in their position of their company where now they had just got this huge cash infusion and now they're ready to spend it. So now they're at that point where they have more money than time and they're ready to grow. So I think that would be a little pro tip for any of you guys who are looking at any vertical, no matter what you choose for the niche, to look for those types of clients and develop and grow in that space.